Hi, and welcome to the Distinguished Twins podcast. I'm Kane.
I'm Professor Anderson.
And as you can see, we have a special guest here today. This is
Charlie Piermarini.
Piermarini. There you go. I didn't know how to pronounce your last name.
There you go.
We brought Charlie on the show today. Charlie, give us just a little bit of a little background on you and, what you do, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just a local business owner. Mm-hmm. Went to the University of Arizona for my undergrad and graduate degree in physiology. Mm-hmm. Then moved into double masters in public health and physician assistant studies up at Toro in Napa in California. And graduated and came back and started working, and we'll talk about some different stuff, but trying to change it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And as you know, I myself, Kane, I specialize more so on the business side, and my brother has the sociology, community resources, that area. So I wanted to bring Charlie on. He's an entrepreneur. He has his own practice, which is very awesome. Like I said, we'll delve into what he does. But right now, we're just I just want to start out asking you some questions, man, about because we kind of gave our stories, obviously.
Yes.
But from the beginning, let's say, you end up in, what's your title right now?
Physician assistant.
Okay, physician assistant.
PA.
Alrighty. Yeah. And so starting out, say when you were younger, like when did you know you wanted to do this?
Yeah. Oh, man. Ever since I was 2. There's pictures of me in scrubs.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, quickly. But how? You didn't buy those scrubs?
No, Mom and Dad did. Mom and Dad did because I wanted them to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never wanted to be anything more than in medicine.
Really?
Yeah. And so growing up, I always wanted to go to med school.
Yeah.
Had a lot of family. My grandfather was a lawyer and a doctor, and I have a lot of cousins and uncles that are surgeons. And just after undergrad and then went into grad school and looking to apply, I just, kind of realized that I wanted to have more of a balance, have more of a family life.
Yes.
And not, spend the next 6, 7, 8 years in school and residency, and
There you go.
still have the balance of learning medicine and treating patients. So found the PA route and just fell in love with it and went for it. Yeah.
Are you the first PA in your family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How does Mom and Dad feel about that?
They're pretty happy. They're pretty excited at the graduation and the white coat ceremony. Yeah. Dad was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the crying gene from him, so he's
Likewise.
That's good, man.
Emotional, man. Yeah, you gotta feel it.
We were talking about that with our previous guest, Dr. Lawferee, about men and emotions. And So you're very comfortable with showing emotions.
Hell yeah.
Likewise.
We're all human, right?
Exactly.
Bottom line.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, you gotta feel what you feel.
I like
You
that.
have to. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because I would certainly say I get my emotional gene from my father as well.
Yeah.
Everybody, they know our dad, and they know he's nothing to play with.
No.
But we know a different dad. And I can certainly say definitely between my twin brother and my older brother, I certainly wear my emotions on my sleeve a lot more. So. Yeah. Hey, I feel you, Charlie.
Hey, you know what? People respect that, though, right? They feel that energy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and you're authentic. You're real.
Exactly.
You're not hiding.
Yes, sir.
Guys can't cry. That's not right.
No, that's not at all, man.
If you cry, you cry, man. Let it go.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and when with that, shout out to Dad.
I know.
Hey, Pops.
Hey, Pops.
Y'all, and then as you're, speaking, I kind of want to, just interject, the way we met.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
I used to train Charlie when I had my first gym as an entrepreneur, and Charlie was in school at the time, and great client. We built a pretty good relationship in that time.
Absolutely.
And if I don't remember, how did you find us back then?
I don't even remember.
No?
Oh, you know what?
What?
I was actually you were like right down the street from my house, and I was driving by after work one day.
Yeah.
And I saw your gym because
Yeah.
I saw the garage door open when you guys had that big turf.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This gym looks cool. So I saw people running around, so I just pulled in.
Yeah.
And I saw, didn't you have a Beamer back then? Or
I did.
Yeah. And I walked in, and sweet, man.
Yeah.
It was an awesome place. Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. And then you left and went to California?
PA school, yeah. Up in Toro, up in Vallejo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember back then because, we had already had our bachelor's degree. We weren't even thinking about another day of school. So
Not
when you
at
were
all,
speaking
man.
about it, I'm like, man, that's pretty good.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's awesome.
Yeah.
But we just were like, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
I mean, all we were thinking about, like, we're going to make it in football, so don't worry about
exactly,
it.
Yeah. That's
That's
all we thought about.
No need to worry about school. Then, life said.
It's funny how fast that turned around, because that was like, what, maybe 5-6 years ago? Maybe?
Yeah, 2012 or 2013 is when.
Yeah, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Now look at
quick turnaround, man. I've been in school.
To get a PhD.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Been in school for.
Hey, they can't take. No one can take away your education, right?
Bottom line.
That's the thing, right?
Bottom line,
man.
And you determine that. Bottom line,
100%.
the work that you put in.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
The harder you grind, the more you get.
Bottom line.
I just saw a quote. The amount of money and the amount of wealth and success you have is directly correlated by the amount of stress and the amount of hustle that you can do.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Right?
Bottom line.
The more stress you can take, you got more sacrifice, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Man, hey, been living that for years, man. But,
I know.
Right?
You obviously on that train now.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I know you said you knew you wanted to be a PA, your
Yeah.
family, and then you were in school. Did you always excel in school?
No.
That was about
I second and third grade kind of some stumbling. Probably would have been labeled ADD and ADHD and hyperactive, and they wanted to hold me back and think I was special needs, which is my parents knew that wasn't the case, and
Absolutely.
so they put in God bless them, man. I remember times of just having epic meltdowns and my mom sitting down teaching me fractions and drawing the pie chart of like, this is what 1/3 is and this is a half, and and then they put me in Sylvan and after school care, and and they have God bless them, they took care of me and made sure that they knew what was there.
Bottom line.
And they just had to help me focus, and then they instilled that into me. So it's just grind, man.
That's beautiful, man. And you're like you said, God bless them, you're extremely fortunate, because if you look at a lot of statistics, kids are overly diagnosed with maybe ADHD or even misplaced into special education and so on and so forth. So I mean, I think that it's your testimony is awesome.
Yeah,
what I mean? Here you are, extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's like, you can only imagine if mom and dad said, okay, we'll accept it.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and what would your path look like? So, it's beautiful.
You also don't gloss over the fact that I was fortunate enough that my parents my dad worked, he's an entrepreneur to himself, his own business, and he had the means in order to put me in these places, right?
Exactly.
That's
Right.
for sure there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But they've for sure spent the time picking me up, dropping me off,
Yes.
There you
sitting
go.
down, making me learn my flashcards.
There you go.
But those struggles really set you up for later in life, because
Oh,
it wasn't given to me.
Yes, sir.
You guys are athletes. All those athletes that you saw in school that had God-given talent,
Yes.
but they didn't have the work ethic, right?
Bottom line.
Yep.
And so if you've had that work ethic instilled from you at such a young age,
Yeah.
you can go so much farther.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
And that's why it's not surprising that you've accomplished what you have and you're continuing to go. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's awesome. And
You got
also
to carry that chip, man.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in grade school, they tried to diagnose my brother
With ADHD.
with ADHD.
And my mom was like, negative.
Nope.
Yeah, she
What's
had
that?
it.
Smack in the back of the head and sit down.
Bottom line. And
Seriously.
And I have 3 sons. My wife and I have 3 sons. And my oldest son and my youngest son, I mean, they are just like me.
Yeah.
And so, whenever I look at them and how energetic they are, I always think back to, my brother says, I remember they were going to try to do that to you. So I'm like, okay, it takes, a little bit more attention with my sons.
Yeah.
Highly cerebral, very
yeah.
intellectual children. But, sometimes you just got to.
And if they're not challenged, they'll board, and that's when they misbehave,
That's
right?
exactly what happens.
Yeah.
So, and that's probably what was the case with you as well.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, bottom line. So,
Yeah.
So you cleared that hurdle, and then how was school for you from there on out?
I wouldn't say I'm the quickest in school. I just have a drive to want to know the why for everything.
There you go.
And so it takes me a lot longer to study because I'm not about memorizing.
Okay.
bottom line.
So, I'm always cracking some different physiology books and just trying to learn why we're given a drug in a certain situation.
Yes.
And so kind of getting down to the cell level. So it takes a little bit longer to study, but I feel like I retain a lot more.
Yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
more. So I enjoy studying.
Yeah.
I enjoy learning.
I love it.
enjoy
Oh.
my girlfriend's always, always on my phone looking up something,
Yeah.
something new, something genetics, something new, right?
Yeah.
Always trying to push the limit. So
Yeah.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah, you guys know that. Yeah.
I remember reading an article. It was in one of my PhD classes, and it was I can't recall the title, and I don't want to misspeak, but it said something like how we should be happy to be ignorant.
Yeah.
Because the more that you learn, the more that you realize that you do not know.
Oh God.
Right? It's like, wow, it's
right. Bliss.
Right?
Right.
It's a world of knowledge out there. And, again, the more that you learn, you're like, I never knew this, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the more and more you continue to just, unearth, you're like,
there's just so, and then so one of my biggest mentors throughout P school that I rotated with, he's always saying, I forgot more medicine than you even know, right?
Yeah.
So, but think about the stuff that you forgot that you even studied than most people ever learn their entire life.
bottom line, right?
Blessed to do that, have that ability
Yeah,
to even
exactly.
get to that point.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I think it's cool that you can, say that. Well, it's not that I'm just, quick with it.
Exactly.
When it comes to it, you're just willing to put in the work.
I mean, and likewise.
Hustle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people, they get discouraged because they're like, man, I don't learn it that quick.
Exactly.
But what is your work ethic?
There you go.
They'll give up on the chance at school.
There you go.
Things that can, help propel them and, elevate them. To,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my biggest pet peeve about any person that if you're not willing to work hard, then you shouldn't be willing to want and think you deserve success,
Exactly.
right? I mean, you guys were both college athletes and pro athletes. Like, was that easy to get there? That was not. That was
Not at all.
hard, right?
Exactly.
But all that hard work pays off.
Exactly.
And
Certainly.
the thing that sucks about being an entrepreneur is you never know when.
Oh,
right?
God.
You don't know when. It could be now. It could be 2 years from now. It could be 3 years from now. But the harder you work, the luckier you get, the more successful you are, right?
Yeah.
Like we just talked about the law of reciprocity.
Oh, yeah,
You
right.
get out of it what you put into
100%.
it. Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you went to high school, and then when you went to Arizona, it was, what did you study?
Physiology.
Physiology.
Yeah. Bachelor's and master's.
Yeah.
I taught for 2 years down there. I was a TA, so I got my school paid for.
Yes.
There you go.
I got my thesis I got published.
Wow.
It was in microcirculation due to like resuscitation, heart attacks. We infused GLP-1, which is an incretin hormone for like insulin. We give it for insulin, and we wanted to see how it worked on the microvascular circulation. It was really,
It's a mouthful.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I loved reading all those papers and creating, like I created a box of a hypo oxygen chamber of like trying to represent like what it would look like in a heart attack and grow on the cells, and dude, that just fed my brain. Like that was so cool.
Right.
And so I really enjoyed that, and that was really fun.
Wow.
Gosh, man.
That's incredible.
And obviously you did all your other schooling, and then when you
Yeah.
graduated, what did you do? Like first job you went into?
After my master's, before PA school or after PA school?
After PA school.
After PA school. So graduated, a lot of debt. Enough to buy like 2 houses.
Right. Okay. There you go.
And you wanna make money, right? And it's you go to school to make money and have a career. But
Period.
I had 4 or 5 interviews, and I had some jobs come my way that was going to make significant money, and but I just didn't feel supported, and I didn't feel like I was going to be mentored and nurtured into the way I needed to be.
Yes.
And so I found, luckily, God and the universe works in a mysterious way, and I found Dr. Patel in Fountain Hills, and she's quadruple boarded.
Wow.
Functional medicine, integrative medicine, and pediatrics, internal medicine.
Wow.
And so she really was like, you're going to see 1 patient an hour until you feel comfortable, and then we'll build you up. And she really instilled in me that there's more to the disease processes than just giving people medication. There's a whole patient there.
I mean, bottom line.
Yeah. And so I did that for a year, and I left, and then went into pain management, urgent care, moonlight urgent care, and then got tired of the corporate stuff. And
There you go.
Yeah. Man, they push you to see 25, 30 people a day.
Yeah.
Right. And I know how much I'll make in the company. Envision, it's a $5 billion company.
Right.
And, I'm doing procedures that a lot of physicians wouldn't do in office. Out of 16 physicians, there was only 3 that were doing it.
Yeah.
And I was one of 2 PAs that were trained to do it in an office procedure, taking call. And I knew I was working hard and seeing a lot of patients, and the rate, time for a raise and a review, and they gave me 96 cents. And I mean, and I was like,
on,
and they were like, you should be happy because this is the highest that we've given anybody.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Should be happy at 96 cents. Like, take it, right? I don't even want that.
Right.
Yeah. And so
Right.
I kind of just realized, I almost thought about leaving medicine and going back to just medical device sales and just going back to sales, and burned out. And so I started my own clinic. I was like, you know what? I'm only going to be a PA to these people.
Yeah.
I know I can give my patients more. So
Exactly.
I started in my house every day after work, after the gym, sitting, eating dinner in front of a computer.
Yeah.
Not going out on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays, sitting there, coffee shops, working, and finally found and started my own clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bootstrapped it, and it was on my days off, Saturdays and Thursdays, and see patients and just slowly do that and grind it out, man.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because I didn't take money from anybody, and it's just mine,
Yeah.
So,
Really?
but and so it's nice that. It's stressful. It'd be nice to have somebody helping, but I answer the phones. I made my website.
Yeah.
I see the patients. I schedule the patients.
So you made your own website?
I had someone help me do it because I don't know how to do WordPress.
Of
But
course, right?
I fed all the content on that website.
There
to
you
mine.
go.
Okay.
Both websites, yeah. So
Yeah, and before you go any further, I certainly want to commend you.
Thank you.
On the just the care that you want to exhibit to your patients.
Yeah.
My wife, a friend of hers, she's a doctor, and she pretty much had to walk away from a job because they kept pressing her to see more and more patients. And
100%.
she's telling them, listen, this is not enough time, right?
Yeah.
No.
And then you have to do your charts and stuff. And so she said she was taking her work home.
And
it's ridiculous.
And it sucks. You see a patient in the corporate, or even I have friends that have their own practices, and there's overhead, right? And you got your staff, and you got to pay the bills. But it sucks because I'm sitting there behind a computer the whole time, checking boxes and making sure I'm compliant with the government standards. And
Yes.
half the time you're not even listening to your patient because you can't.
Yes.
And in your head, you're seeing all the messages pile up from the MAs, and you're 6 patients just checked in. And you're like, oh, man, it's burnt. Like, you can just feel your adrenals like pumping, and you're like, there's got to be my grandfather was a doctor and a lawyer, and he was a mayor, he was sheriff, he was a coroner, he was a jack of all trades. And,
right.
The day the insurance company started coming around, he's like, I'll be damned if these guys tell me how to practice medicine. He practiced for a couple years, then he closed his clinic. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
This is not the way medicine's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, both of your businesses, how would you get, paid for your business if you just give people 5 or 10 minutes of your attention?
Exactly.
Right?
Awful.
And I'm writing prescriptions.
There you
right?
go. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Pushing drugs.
drugs,
That's
man.
it,
There's better ways, right? Sometimes
sir.
you do need antibiotics, right?
Yes.
But preventative medicine,
Come on now, right?
Yeah.
right? Exercise, eat healthy,
Come on.
move, right?
I wish more people would understand that.
God.
Because they always think it's this magic pill that's going to cure it.
Everybody wants magic pill, right?
Yeah, everybody.
But that goes back to entrepreneur and hard work, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to put in the hard work.
Yep.
Everyone will sit there and eat Doritos.
Yep.
There you go.
That's easy and fun, but is it fun to wake up at, come on, you guys are athletes. 4:30 in the morning when you're from St. Louis
Exactly.
and
Right.
your bones hurt and they're like 6 more sprints. And you're like,
Exactly.
man,
right?
do I want to do that again?
Yeah.
I know, right?
But the hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you didn't take any investments?
Nope.
None.
Nope.
And you funded it all through,
Credit cards and my own personal savings.
really?
Yeah.
And how'd you build your savings?
Saving through just my job. I'm lucky
Yeah.
enough to make a good salary.
Yes. Yeah.
And got out of all my credit card debt back into it from starting the clinic. But
Yes. Yeah.
I saved up because I wanted a house and a family and stuff. And
Yes.
I was single at the time, and so I was able to kind of dip into that just as I needed. And was smart with kind of moving some credit stuff around, and
There you go.
didn't take any loans, don't owe the bank nothing. I mean, credit card, right? But
Yeah.
awesome.
I didn't want anyone to tell me how to do my business, which I
There
knew
you
I
go.
knew how to run it.
Yep.
So I'm very cautious about bringing people in,
Yeah.
There you go.
because if we don't align,
Yes.
I don't care how much money you bring in.
Yeah.
Bottom
I'd
line.
rather struggle
Yeah.
and make it on my own than take money from somebody else who doesn't believe in my dream.
There you go.
Right?
That's one of the big things about, for entrepreneurs in the medical field.
Yeah.
When you have investors, it's always better, and really in a lot of fields, it's always better, especially medical, if they understand the medical field.
There you
What
go.
it entails.
Business has gotten their grubby hands into medicine so much that you've got people making medical decisions for medical providers that haven't gone to medical school.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
And
about the
which is
numbers.
fine. I get it. It's a business.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to see patients.
Yes.
But there has to be you can't tell me to do something. You don't even know how to do this.
It's the bottom line.
Right. And so it's tough.
Yes.
It's tough. Right.
Yeah.
And, there's hopefully, I think medicine's starting to change.
Yes.
Everyone's starting to see it.
Yeah, hopefully.
But it's a long time, man.
Oh, it is.
And so, what motivated you to say, I want to do preventative care?
Well, I got an MPH, a public health degree,
Yeah.
similar to both. I mean, both of you guys are kind of in that arena.
Yeah.
And I just see, we all live the lifestyle of, I go to the gym as much as I can,
Yes.
right? And, you make sacrifices of, eating healthy when you can. And it's a balance, right? 80-20 rule,
absolutely.
80% of the time, if you're doing what you need to do, 20% of the time, you can eat a cheeseburger, right?
Bottom line. There you go.
But I just, you're just seeing all these. Pain clinic, I got a lot of patients coming through that
Yeah.
are punted to us from orthopedics because they won't do the knee surgeries until the patient's under 300 pounds. So they kick them to us to give them, manage their Percocet. And then you're looking at their weight and you're like, I've been seeing you for 6 months and now you're 350.
Yeah.
Right? And now I'm giving you all this medication. So you're trying to hold them accountable. Like, listen, I'm going to start weaning your meds. And
Yeah.
Right.
now I'm the bad guy.
There you go.
Right? But because I'm holding you accountable, which no one in your life has held you accountable yet.
There you go.
And I have, I hate to say it, but I have the ability to, and I need to do that, right, in order to
Yes.
make sure that you're getting healthy.
Absolutely.
There you go.
But
Yes.
medicine has. I was just thinking about this the other day that people can Yelp me, people can Yelp review me,
Right.
and Yelp review my clinic, but I can't respond to them.
Yeah.
That's a HIPAA violation,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But in what other practice, what other type of business are you like a restaurant, right? If you're served a bad meal.
Yep.
And you can talk crap about it. I'm allowed to respond. Well, you know why? His meal was late. It was because he was rude.
Exactly.
Right?
Point.
Yep.
I can't say.
of HIPAA,
You want to know
yeah.
why Kane got bad service?
Yeah.
Was because he was. How many times did I have sworn at and
Yeah.
yelled at? People
Yeah.
try and fight me, right?
Right.
I can't say that to them, but they can go on review and just
That's amazing.
tarnish my reputation that I've worked
Exactly.
hard to get to.
Yeah.
But I can't say anything back.
But would you say if that's kind of the standard practice in the medical field, would you say a lot of medical providers get bad reviews?
It's funny.
Well, I would say because of your stance
Yeah.
of, you have a heart.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and you're like that moral compass. You're like, I don't want to keep pushing these meds to
Yeah.
you, and you're steady climbing in weight.
Yes.
You're not gonna get better. Let me try to hold you accountable a little bit. So then now, like you said, you're the bad guy.
Now I'm the
So-
bad guy.
But some people don't want to be the bad guy, and they're just gonna keep pushing.
Right.
No, what I'm saying though is, if I look at Yelp and
Yeah.
all these medical providers,
Yeah.
is that typically what I'm going to see?
So no, I'll tell you what. In the pain management world, right?
Yeah, sure.
These patients that are getting their script, they just want
Yep.
their script and out. They think I'm like God, right? They think I'm the
Yes.
best thing because he's so easy to work
Exactly.
with. I'm not
There
going
you
to
go.
fight, right?
Yep.
But then the ones that fight back,
Yeah.
there are ones that are pushing the line that are really too hard on some of these patients, but
Yeah.
the ones that hold people accountable then get bad ratings.
There you go.
And I can't comment on Kane said I'm a jerk of a provider, and I want to be like, well, you want to know why I'm a jerk of a provider?
Yeah.
Because he's gaining weight.
Yeah.
Going through this, I can't put him on blast like that,
You know
right?
what's funny is it's kind of the same for me with like FERPA, with
Yeah.
being a professor.
Yeah.
You can go to Rate My Professor and and I people can lie and they can make
Oh,
up
you-
anything, and I can't say, well, student so and so,
Yeah.
you missed 5 quizzes,
Right.
You know what I mean, and.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the semester, you want to say, "Hey, Professor Henderson, is there any extra credit?"
Yeah.
No, there
No.
isn't any extra credit available.
I tell you, I'm guaranteed you tell the same thing to your students.
Yeah.
I don't give these grades; you earn them.
Yeah,
bottom line.
I don't want to be a dad here, but
Yeah.
this
Seriously.
is college.
Yes.
You're paying for me to teach you.
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to learn, show up.
Bottom line.
And if you
Yeah.
don't, you don't. That's
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
But don't come to me at the end of the semester and say, what extra credit can I do? I have a C. Well, I never saw you once in office hours.
Yeah,
Right?
thank
And the
you.
guys that have C's that come to office hours, you're going to help them.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
You're going to give them maybe extra work or
Yeah.
train them up a little bit. But
Yeah.
it's all the people that want that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're in life,
Uh-huh.
they're not going to get that far, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And then they blame everybody else.
Exactly.
It's your fault.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's,
Right.
I've gotten that, a lot, and it's just like, I'm unfazed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You can sleep well at night.
I
Yeah.
sleep very well.
Right?
Like a
Yeah.
baby.
And the good thing is obviously you'll hold them responsible,
And because, like you said, throughout their life, nobody did.
Yeah.
And it ultimately is going to help them.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't go and find another doctor who
They will. They'll discharge out of the
But
practice.
some people, do you think you might get through to them?
I had a couple that, I told them straight up after a couple months of knowing them, get to know them, right?
Exactly.
And one day I said, you know what? I think I don't think your pain is as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot. You're going on a branch there, right?
Right.
But that was a calculated and educated
Yes.
decision.
Yep.
And that person, I have one patient in particular that started crying and yelling at me and calling choice names, and went to the front desk and complained about me and said I'm the biggest jerk and I'm the worst provider. That same person came back next month.
Yeah.
Weaned herself off all of her meds, looked me in the face, said, you know what, you're the one that held me accountable. My pain's not that bad. I can manage it on Tylenol. Thanks for everything.
Wow.
All right. One win out of 200, right?
There you go, right? But you know what?
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's because typically as humans we have negativity bias, right?
Yeah.
We'll more so think about what went wrong.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like in that instance, just like you say, that 1 out of 200, you'll remember that one. That's the one you remember. And so likewise for me, when I have a student email me after the semester and they say, Professor Anderson, I'll never forget, that just, how hard you were in certain situations and you didn't let up and it made me better, whatever the case may be. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And people need to appreciate that, but society is all about the easy fix, right?
Oh, seriously. Yes.
Right? Otherwise,
That's
you guys
amazing.
wouldn't have gyms, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh gosh, yeah. As far as the entrepreneur route, I know you funded it yourself, which I think is awesome because that's exactly what we did.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you sit down and write up a business plan like before you go into business? Like you got to manage, analyze risk.
You got to think I'm a medical professional trying to go into business.
Yes.
And I never thought of myself as a business owner or an entrepreneur.
There you go.
So I started doing it. And I just started laying out on it. No, I never had a business plan. I just laid out the procedures and the types of medicine that I wanted to practice and how I wanted to see my patients.
Yes.
And probably in hindsight, I probably could have written a business plan, could have helped guided me, but I wasn't taking money in my clinic.
Exactly.
My model has always been my overhead is super low.
There you go.
So I didn't really have to have I needed to meet this much by this time.
Exactly.
And
There you go.
because I was funding it enough myself. And if I couldn't pay rent, I could kick it in myself. It wasn't like,
Okay.
I didn't have a $5,000 monthly rent, right?
There
I
you
had
go.
$900, which I was able, if need be, I could kick it in. So
There you go.
yeah.
I like that.
So going into it, you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Who was your target? Well, how did you demographically and geographically, you want to pick obviously who you want to target, but also your location.
Yeah. Good question. In retrospect, I didn't realize how hard patient acquisition is. It's like you guys clients are in your gym, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, that is hard.
Yeah.
And when you have a good product too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I just, I started in the Biltmore area. I found a place I could sublease that the other provider wasn't there.
Yep.
So kind of didn't negotiate a good rent for the first couple months. I didn't know any better, right?
Right.
Learned a mistake, and then I left and started my current practice and subleasing in a better situation where there's already patients and clients in, and just now grassroots building it.
Yes.
Social media, I get a few here or there. It's not like a mainstream, but just kind of, so-and-so tells so-and-so, and
Word of mouth.
word of mouth. It's the slowest,
Yes,
but it's the most sustainable.
It
Yes, it
is.
is.
And you get the best patients because they have the buy-in, right?
you
They're
go.
like, hey, you got
So-and-so.
Kane healthy,
There
so
you go.
I'm gonna listen to you.
There you go.
But gosh darn, is it slow?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, some days during the summer,
Yeah.
right? You just
I mean, same thing with gyms. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to play the long game, man.
You have to play the long game if you can make it. If you have the working capital, right?
Yeah,
Bottom line.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's why business plans are so good because you have these projections and you automatically say, you know what, this is gonna be a bad couple months here.
Yeah.
But how we make up for that? So when things come, you kind of work your way through your business.
Yeah,
plan.
yeah. And I mean, I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah.
But my business when I first started, was over here, my vision, and now I'm so far the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the services that I initially offered, I don't even do.
Oh, okay.
I don't even offer them.
Exactly.
And so, I was trying to run from what my niche was, like the pain therapy stuff, pain management, but now I've kind of branded into this whole non-opiate pain therapy with dry needling and stem cells and PRP and the CBD stuff. And so I just finally embraced what I thought basically the universe was sending me, right? And people were finding me for that. And I was like, you know what? I'll just double down on it and kind of retool and rebrand.
Yes.
And so hindsight, I mean, the first year of business, you learn so much about everything, right? Like what's an EIN? Right?
Right.
How do you file an EIN? Right? The mistake I made to pay my lawyer $300 to file for my LLC. I didn't know. Right? Like,
but that was only a few more dollars than it would cost you.
Yeah, but time is money too, right?
There you
go.
Absolutely.
I could, I paid him to do it, but you just learn, it got taken for $6,000 for my website, and thought they were going to do a good job, and they did a good job, but it wasn't a $6,000 website.
But when you use these website platforms, one of the hardest things is to have it be a good website on the mobile devices.
Correct.
And yours was good on the mobile.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, when I looked at it, I'm like, I think, if you paid some money for it, then just because I've done that. And on mobile, you're just like, why is this over here?
Right. Yeah. But I mean, my second iteration of my CBD website, a startup company, I paid $500.
Yeah.
And it's mobile friendly. They're doing all the SEO, $99 a month, right? Like, so they're doing it.
Yeah.
And so, now my clinic page doesn't have any SEO active on it.
Yeah.
Patients are still finding me because it's been active for a year and it's got that time, but. It's just, like you're just learning how to get processes better and cheaper and faster,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
What's a business all about?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So demographically, what would you say most of your patients are? Age, race?
I would say 30s to 50s, and then there's a other chunk for my pain management patients that are like 60s to 80s.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty evenly split between men and women.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Race is pretty mixed. Like if you look at my Instagram following, it's pretty all over the board. Yeah. Yeah. We I don't discriminate, man. If you need help, you need help.
I know you don't discriminate.
Yeah, Charlie.
It's like when you think about pain management and when we talk about the opiates,
man, we can get into that.
You know what I mean? Like we see the reaction as far as, from the government.
Yeah.
With this opiate crisis. And so I'm just wondering here in Arizona, like what is your patients, what do they look like?
I've had everything from CEOs in the pain clinic that need a typical knee operation, right? And then they were on the Percocet for too long and then they get hooked and they don't know what to do.
Exactly.
And they're calling because they run out their script, 2 days early, then 3 days, then 5 days, then 2 weeks, and they're losing their prescription, and then their dog ate the prescription, right? And you're like, and you got to have these conversations with them, and they get mad. I've had people try and fight me, right? And it's it's everybody that addiction knows no race, no sex.
But I'm saying that the drug of choice for different demographics. You know what I mean? Like,
yes and no. Because I'm in the clinic side. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who's taking what. Like I can't tell you like demographically. Like
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think.
I was reading on it, and I think there was an article posted maybe a couple days ago. And the reason I ask is because I know initially it was like it hit like white America pretty hard.
Right, very hard.
And so now it's like I know from 2017 to now, they say the face is changing. There's a lot of middle-aged African Americans.
Interesting.
That are experiencing deaths.
Yeah. Well, it's because all that fentanyl from China. Did you see that in Ohio?
Yep.
Wow. They basically said they got enough fentanyl. It was like basically a weapon of mass destruction. It could have killed multiple cities and towns if everyone had this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. This is the fentanyl because now they know how strong. Like it's strong as. Yeah, it's very strong.
Because they said it used to mainly be like in heroin. That's what they said.
It was, they were cutting it. Yeah, Carver fentanyl is what they're importing from like China now.
Yeah.
That's the doses that they're using is what you use for like horses and elephants, right? And the doses that I'm giving you in a controlled environment through a patch, like fentanyl in outpatient settings is through a patch.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's transdermal. It's going over 48 hours, 72 hours, and it's micrograms.
Yes.
37 micrograms, 78 micrograms. These people that, these backyard chemists that are making they're making grams of these things. I mean, I'm talking thousands of a gram, and they're in grams.
Right.
And so these people are then smoking it or injecting it or thinking that, they don't know.
Yep. And that's what they said the spike came from, was from the synthetic.
Oh, God, yeah.
Man, and that's
they've even had to change the drug testing to the point of like, so when we take your urine and we look at to see if you're taking the fentanyl that I'm giving you, it would just come up with like fentanyl and a couple metabolites. But now that all the synthetic stuff's out there, we've had to they've changed the drug testing where now I can see what kind of fentanyl is it. To the point of like metabolites, like because you're metabolizing the synthetic versus differently than the regular fentanyl. And so it's catching up, and like Narcan, everyone's hitting everybody with Narcan. They're having Narcan parties now where so when I ride over a certain dose of opiates, I give a Narcan dose just in case, and the drug addicts will have a Narcan party. One guy stays sober, and everyone shoots up, and whoever passes out, the guy hits him with Narcan.
What?
So now it's working. It's saving people's lives, but now they have like a security blanket, right? So they're like, well, I can shoot up. I got the guy with Narcan, so I'm going to hit it hard, right? Like,
man, why?
As human beings,
incredible.
right? We always figure it out.
We always do.
We all can take a good thing and make it bad.
Oh,
God.
God, man. So as far as like your entrepreneur life, would you say it's easy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But you know what? I heard somebody tell me this was the highs are the best highs you ever had. The highs are the highest highs, right? When you get a win and you take that money into your account and you get like a big deal or you get a big patient, you can't replicate that, right? Because like the smile I get on my face when I get marketing material shipped to me with my logo and my business card. The feeling that you open that up, you're like, I created this, and people are coming to see me because of what I created.
There you go.
Unbelievable. I've never had a kid, so but I'm assuming it's something like that. This is like a kid, right?
There you go.
I made this, and people are seeking me out for this.
That's true.
That's
But the lows, oh man, nights of crying. Girlfriend's been so supportive, and there's times when you're just like, man, what am I doing? Is it me? Is it the services? Is it what I'm offering? Is it other people? And you're banging your head against the wall, and but it's not easy. But if you just gotta, if you want it, you gotta just keep going.
Exactly. You have to. So, in your mind, can you see yourself doing this for a long time?
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice anymore.
Really?
Yeah, going back to work. I had to pick up a part-time job when the clinic slowed down, and it's with a good friend of mine who owns a pain clinic, and I love working with him because it's a small clinic, and I'm helping him build it, and but it's hard. It's also hard working for somebody else when in the back of my head I still got other stuff of my stuff that I'm trying to think of work out.
There you go.
Yep. For better or for worse.
Yeah.
You're in it to win it, man.
Bottom line.
Right? You know.
Bottom line. You got that right.
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
So, and then obviously you talk about a niche. So, what is your niche? Like, what are you trying to, get people not only that are on pain meds? What are you trying to get people to see?
There's other options, right?
Yes.
Non-opiate pain therapies with like stem cells and PRP and dry needling, which they don't teach you in school. I had to go get other certifications to learn how to do these things, and people are getting relief. CBD, right? Medically Assisted CBD. That's my trademark term. Showing patients there are other ways.
Yes.
You may still be on your opiates. You may still be on your Percocet, but maybe we can give you some type of relief to maybe take a little bit lower dose or really turn down that pain, right?
Exactly.
My mentor told me, she's like, you always got to keep going forward with your, what is your end goal? What do you want? And some days if you get sideways, am I moving towards it?
Exactly.
My end goal ultimately is I want to make a wellness pain management center where people come in and there's a masseuse, there's a chiropractor, and I still do all my IVs because NAD and all these anti-inflammatory IVs are great for pain. Ketamine drips. And you have a chiropractor and a physical therapist and me with like a wellness. And, we do opiates if you need it, but very small amount. And we have cryotherapy. One of my business partners does cryotherapy. And, we can do shots like epidurals and stuff, but really working with you. Like when you come in, there's a patient manager. It's like, hey, you have this type of pain. We're going to run you through. This is your step.
I like that.
And, most people are getting better, but if not, we'll adjust, right? Masseuse, trigger points, dry needling, chiropractic care. And then if you need it, we'll do medication. And then if you need it, you need an epidural.
I like that.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, that's my ultimate, that's the end. That's the end to go to. There's a couple clinics that are doing it. Obviously, you want to try and do everything better, but, implementing the CBD stuff. And I think patients are starting to see that.
Good.
So I know CBD is like a hot topic.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
a hot item. What can you say about your CBD versus what we're seeing out here everywhere?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. Getting that trademark I think was important, medically assisted CBD, and
That's yours.
Yep, I own it. Just got the trademark office just sent me the seal of approval yesterday. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But my stuff is third party tested.
Okay.
I work with the lab. They're out of the places out here in Scottsdale. I work with the manufacturer. I'm the medical advisor for their overseeing a lot of their stuff, making sure that they're doing stuff right.
Wow.
And they ask me questions. Hey, should we put that in there? And,
Right.
and I sit down with patients. Patients can sit down with me, or they don't have to. But sometimes we talk about contraindications with medications, or hey, you should take it like this. Try this with this. Here's an anti-inflammatory to go with this. But my CBD actually has CBD in it. And I don't have THC in my stuff, which I would like to have a full spectrum product, but working with pain management patients, they can't.
Exactly.
If they, have a urine test with THC, they'll get kicked out. Exactly. So I have to have non-THC products.
Yes.
And so, teaching them how to use it.
Yes.
And I've got a 3,000 milligram tincture. With most stuff on the market's like 1,500, 2,000. So, but I just see patients needing higher doses for chronic pain.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is more of a cost-effective approach for them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you, I know you said something about the number of CBD, products that were tested.
Oh yeah, the JAMA article.
Yeah.
Journal of American Medical Association. Yeah,
Yes.
2017 they did. I think they bought like 84 or 87 products, and there was only like 13 of them that actually had the amount of CBD on the bottle that stated.
Yes.
Right.
And there was like 5 to 10% of them actually had enough THC and then these other products that could get you psychoactive high.
Wow.
And some of them actually were testing positive for estrogen.
Yeah.
Because they're making these things in China.
Yes.
And the vats in China are, they don't have the same standard we are. So one day they're making birth control.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then they, hose it down, and the next day they're making CBD,
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
And, God forbid, I've got patients that have, breast cancer, and they've got, pain.
Yeah.
And if they have an estrogen positive cancer, now they're taking something they thought that was going to help. Now it's feeding their cancer. Like,
Yeah.
who's liable for that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
Wow.
So it's, I know it's in Circle K now, and I think it's in Albertsons, and those products are usually like, they've got CBD in it, and they're probably an isolate. They're probably not putting terpenes back into it. We put terpenes into mine to kind of get as much of a broad spectrum as possible. But
And then so terpenes, what are they?
terpenes are the oils that are found in cannabis and in hemp. They're cousins, right?
Okay.
Hemp is 0.3%, has lower amount of THC in it. The majority part or product in hemp is CBD.
Okay.
So cannabidiol is the medicinal part within it, and there's also cannabidiol, there's CBD, there's CBG, there's CBN, CBDA, THC, flavonoids, terpenes, all these different products that are just beautiful products that God made in these plants.
Yes.
So it's considered a full spectrum. You have all of it,
Yeah.
and it hits receptors, and it causes an entourage effect where the sum of the parts are greater than the parts.
There you go.
So when you just have CBD, it's better than nothing. But then when
Exactly.
you have THC and everything bind together, it works at a better efficiency.
Bottom line.
Yeah. So it's that's why I wrote a book about this, and that's why I'm co-authoring a couple papers and trying to bring this into the forefront.
Yes.
Patients are getting a lot of help with it
Yeah.
Absolutely.
if they're using it correctly.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
How can, if I was to just say today, man, I need some CBD, how would I, as just an average, everyday person, how would I know the right one to pick?
That's tough, man. Yeah, I would say like there's a lot of CBD shops around.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are wearing white lab coats.
Exactly.
Which is fine, right?
Yeah.
But CBD, and there's no receptors on the brainstem that are going to cause any overdose potential. But there's sometimes potential with some of your medications.
Yes.
So especially at higher doses. So you want to make sure you're getting it from a reputable place. You got to find a medical. There's a lot more pain clinics that are carrying it.
Okay.
I carry it. The pain clinic I work at part-time carries it.
Okay.
Some of the bigger companies are more reputable.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's a lawsuit against a very, very big CBD player right now because they claimed they didn't have any THC, and a guy got fired from his job, and it's a $5 million lawsuit.
Wow.
Well, if you're making that claim and you're a police officer, right, and you get drug tested,
Man.
what's going to happen?
You're done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
But these companies need to be held liable, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they give all of us a bad name.
Absolutely.
When they're putting out bad product.
Yeah.
But cream rises at the top, and so it just takes some time.
That's it.
And patients that are seeking me out are realizing, oh, this is an actually legitimate product.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Tastes like hemp. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm working on a flavoring, but
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just take it and feel better.
Well, I mean, you say you work with the manufacturers?
yeah, the manufacturer from here.
Yeah.
We just had a meeting with the guys that grow it in Nevada.
Yes.
Super awesome guys.
Yeah.
And so the people I work with, we get the crude and then distill it out, and then we, get either the isolate or the terpenes, and we add it back in, and everything's third party tested, and it's on my website. And
Wow.
I want to make sure the products are legitimate.
Yes.
Bottom line. Yeah.
So, back to the entrepreneur route, it's like I don't know a lot of people who go into medical entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I know it's big like in India,
Yeah.
because they need it. I mean, they have a huge population.
Oh my gosh. Over 1 billion.
Right? You got a lot of people who obviously go to school, come to school here, and they can go back there and kind of capitalize because there's so many people. But
Yeah.
Right.
like, as far as that, if you could give advice to, say, a medical entrepreneur, what would you tell them?
Man, it's tough. I would say the hurdles of a PA doing this is far different than because I can't hang my own shingle, right? I've had to have a medical advisor, a director, and it's good. Thank God he's a friend of mine, and you got to pay him, and he's got to co-sign. So the hurdles are a lot more as a PA.
Yes.
But there's a lot of doctors that are starting businesses that are going under because they don't know business, and
Exactly.
it is very hard for me when I see you as a patient, and now I got to collect $800 from you, and to not want to give you, because I know I want to help you, I want to give you like 10, 20, 30% off.
Yes.
And but in the back of your head, you're like, man, I got to pay rent this month,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
But so it's tough.
Yes.
So distancing yourself from taking the money is something I've had to try and get, this is a business, and I can give people some little bit of a discount, but I still have a business to run.
Exactly.
And most people I think respect that.
Yes.
And I've had a lot of friends, people that don't respect that, and they always want free stuff. And it's like, I'm a small business where I ain't Coca-Cola.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. I ain't Red Bull. Just handing out free cans, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And so just you find out who your true friends are, right?
Yeah.
So people always say, hey, you got that free stuff? Like, yeah, I gave it to you in the beginning. You can at least offer to pay. And then if I offer to give you the discount,
There you go.
then we'll talk,
Just
right?
be fair.
Right? Like, I don't come to your gym and say, hey, train me for free.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, I'll pay you full price. Like, hey, you know what? You're a good guy. Like, I'll give you
Thank you.
a couple bucks off a month.
There you go. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I obviously, entrepreneurship can be in any field, right?
Right.
But just the medical entrepreneur, I'm like, obviously I've never been in that field, so I wouldn't know where to start. It's like you said, you have to have people sign off and all these different things.
Yeah.
And, some people going under because they don't know business.
Yeah.
Like, so how would you, shore up your business knowledge? Go to school? You already went to a lot of school.
School hard knocks, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's in medical school and PA school, they're not teaching you business.
Exactly.
Right? They're teaching you, pharmacogenetics and, what cardiovascular disease is and, that stuff. And so there's really no brain power for that. But the entrepreneurial people, like, they figure it out. Looking back, I wish I would have taken a few business courses in undergrad. I just was so set on science, and I love it.
Of course.
I just went double in, minor in chemistry. I was like, I love this stuff, but I would have loved to get a minor in business, like at least help me out. But
what if you partner with someone?
Yeah, you could, but it's hard finding a business person that understands my medical side.
True story. There you go.
That doesn't want to dilute, I do know, I've got my girlfriend and my, good friends are like, you got to start charging more and doing this and this, right? So that's good to have that sounding board, but I still never want to lose sight of why I started this.
Exactly.
Right? And so it's tough to bring somebody in that doesn't, one, you have kids, right? Do you want someone else raising your kids when you put in that time and love and that effort, right? Like, this is your baby. And so it's so hard to, like, give it up to somebody else to take it and run with it. Unless it's like the right person.
What if they ran like marketing, all the other, administrative type deals for you?
Yeah. Taking meetings now. Yeah. Come on by. Yeah. I mean, that's at some point you got to stick with what you're good with, right? And I've learned I wanted to be good at everything when I first started. And, you just got to learn. I can't be good at everything. It's so hard to order supplies, make sure my supplies aren't expired.
Yep.
Answer my phone, schedule the patient, see the patient, right?
Yeah.
Order the new IV that I just prescribed.
Yes.
Give the IV. My clinic line's ringing. Now I got to worry about what posts I'm making for Instagram, right? Right? And you're like, man, it'd be nice for. But I'm so, again, you built this, so you want to make sure that the image and the brand that you're doing is exactly what you want.
Exactly.
It's tough.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, just the entrepreneur route is obviously tough. But I got one question because I was curious. I saw you do IVs. So I'm just thinking about if I have like a hangover.
Yeah.
I can get an IV.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I can walk in today and say, hey, man, I got a bad hangover. I'm dehydrated. You hit me with an IV?
I could. I do have some on-demand IVs, but I kind of got away from that. I was competing with, thought I could compete with all these big other IV companies. I had my last patient today came to me from one of those guys. He's like, listen, I'd rather have a medical professional sit down with me.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to pay a little bit more because my IVs are prescription.
Yes.
They're made in a compound pharmacy for you.
Yes.
I don't stab the needle 30 times through that
stopper
because it's in the back with a nurse making it.
Yeah.
This IV is for you, and when I'm done, I throw it away.
Exactly.
Right? You're going to pay a little bit more, but you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
So I'd make a lot of custom IV stuff, like NAD drips and some 25,000 milligram vitamin C stuff to help with inflammation and colds and stuff. But it's different, right? Like, it takes a day or two for you to come get it. And people, I thought I was losing patients, but the right patients find you, right?
Yes,
right?
exactly.
The patients that appreciate that.
Yeah.
Takes time, but the patients that appreciate find you.
What's the name of your company?
Restorative Care of Arizona.
Restorative Care of Arizona.
Yeah. And Restorative CBD.
Restorative CBD. That's in the name, or that's your.
That's
product?
a separate LLC. It's a separate company.
Oh.
So I have Restorative CBD, which is its own company.
That's yours.
And Restorative Care of Arizona. Yeah, they're both mine.
Man, good job, Charlie.
You got to make sure you got to keep them separate.
Yeah, exactly.
Separate. That's another pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Logging in and out of your checking software. So there's separate LLCs, separate bank accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and your CBD products, are they like available online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise God, man. I just got today, probably everything was live because CBD is tough right now. So Shopify, what a racket this is. Shopify allows you to sell it.
Yep.
But then the day I was about to go live, they pulled my credit card processing. So Square does your credit card processing. So I had to go apply for another Square account.
Yeah.
But Square doesn't connect directly with the Shopify. So you have to have a third party who takes 2% on top of the 4% that Square takes. So every transaction is 6-7% before I even see the money.
Yeah.
So that process finally went through. Today I think it's live. I got to go double check, but you can buy it online. Yeah, we ship.
Okay. Awesome.
All 50 states.
All 50. Okay.
All 50.
Okay. All right.
RestorativCBD.com.
Okay.
It's a fully integrated Shopify site.
Okay.
It's actually a full website, and then you can buy off Shopify, and then Restorative Care AZ, RestorativeCareAZ.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure
All right.
I post those on the screen. But
yeah,
man. Great conversation.
Good seeing you guys.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah,
those $1 million smiles. Look at you guys.
No, man, that's
Put
you
you in a magazine.
That's you, man.
That's you, Charlie.
No, I obviously after a while I saw you on social media. I'm like, man, Charlie doing his thing, man, and obviously with what we're doing here.
Yeah, I love you guys. Just seeing what you guys are doing, right? Yeah.
Likewise, man, for real.
Yeah.
It's, just that, like I said, it's that respect.
Yeah. Well, I know I've known you guys. I know where you guys came from, right?
Yeah,
And what you guys had to go through and all of the trials and tribulations and doctorate, 2 masters, right? And so, it's you respect it because you've gone through it, right?
Exactly.
So you know.
Exactly. So you know
what's up. And you guys did it with kids. I did it when I was single. So I can't even imagine having to partition the brain power for the wife and the kids, I was able to double down and just focus on my stuff.
Exactly.
Which I was so thankful for.
Yeah, it's funny though. Like you don't realize like you might have kids, but it's not like, man, if I didn't have kids, would this be easier? Because I think about it like we were 210, 215 pounds, ran 4 240s.
Jeez.
People wouldn't say, all right, I believe, every time they said, we heard it, but let us see you run. We didn't know the difference. We weren't 180 and never ran a 4 2. You know what I mean?
That's a great point. I mean, because, like I said, even, through my master's, my wife and I, we had 2 newborns.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So,
and I mean, he crushed it.
Yeah.
It was very impressive.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
And then he had a 4.0 and, he killed it.
But you want to know why? Because you wanted it, right?
Exactly. That's
right?
the difference.
So when everyone makes excuses for why not, why I shouldn't do it or why I can't do it, you're making excuses for why you need to figure out how to do it, right?
Exactly.
4 a.m. you're waking up to make sure you're getting your quizzes done and you're working out because you know your kids are up at 5:30.
Yep.
So your 4 a.m. is your time. Or when they're in bed, you're reading, right?
Or
right?
when I'm in the house, everybody quiet.
Yeah.
Right?
Dad tell 'em.
Exactly.
Right, like, hold on. This is for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm making it
Or
sacrifice.
for you.
Or when you're driving on your car, podcasting it up, listening for I record lectures. My best friend from PA school record lectures. So in between my long drives, I'd listen to the lectures. Right?
Exactly. Yep. Good stuff, man.
You find ways to do it if you want it.
Absolutely.
You guys know.
And yeah, you got that drive, man, and I respect that for sure.
Love it.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, you know.
Right?
Yeah, man. But with that being said,
Thank you for having me, sir.
Thanks for coming on.
Sir.
Good to see you. All right. With that, check out Charlie. We'll post those links to his websites and his products. Highly credible. Great guy. If you're interested in that stuff, then check it out. He's giving us some of this stuff, and we're gonna test it out, and we'll let you know how legit it is. But I'm sure it is.
Thanks,
Charlie.
guys.
Always been solid. But
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah, guys, love
Our
it.
pleasure. And in the future, we'll probably circle back to more medical topics and things. And
Let's do it.
you know how it is. But I want to thank you guys for joining in once again. We keep receiving more and more support, and I know Charlie supports it as well. And I truly appreciate that
Thank you,
support
sir.
because you know how it is.
I
So
know.
we appreciate that. So I just want to say I love you, Mom, Dad, our whole family, friends, everybody who watch, everybody who follow and support. Thank you. Even if you don't, we love you as well because we just have love to give. So
Love it.
love it.
Yes, sir.
But with that being said, bye everybody. Let's wave.
Bye.